Tab S10 Ultra is here. We have got it in our hands and we've done a full hands-on already. This, however, is going to be our full deep dive into Galaxy AI. Welcome back to SamMobile TV. You're here with Daniel. Let's go through all of the Galaxy AI features on the Tab S10 Ultra so you know how to use them if you grab one for yourself. Starting with the first one that's in this list, you will notice that the phone assist or the call assist is not here. That is because that's usually driven by the phone. With a tablet, the phone app is here, but it's because it works with call and text and other devices, especially as this is the non-5G version. This is just the Wi-Fi variant. So you'll notice that's missing. First one though, you'll notice is Chat Assist. Chat Assist offers Samsung keyboard Galaxy AI features, things like chat translation, composer, style and grammar. When we go into, let's just use this inside Samsung Notes. If I go into here and let's say I hit the Galaxy AI button in the keyboard, you will see the options that we have here. So composer, let's say for example, we wanted to write a speech about how good Galaxy AI is. That's not biased at all. It's just something I thought of. Now you can choose your style. So whether you want it to be email, social media, or comment. The good thing is with this too, is it will actually contextualize based on the app you're in. So if you're in an email, it will automatically be email and professional. So let's say we want it to be standard but professional. We can hit generate and it'll sort of do its thing and sort of generate a response, and it does happen pretty quickly. Now you can see what it's come up with here. There's a couple of different things you can do. You can refresh it, so you can make it do it again, copy it, or insert it straight into wherever you were writing. Voila. The next thing you can do too is if you wanted to select this and in here go writing style, it will change that into different styles. So let's just pretend that was something we'd already wrote. These are styles now that are different to what we wrote down. So we can make it a bit more casual where we can copy or insert it. We can add in things like emojis and hashtags with socializing. It can be real polite, or it can just be totally emojified. Emojified, wow, that's a word that's there. So all of that is there as an option. And the last one in here is spelling and grammar. So this should be fine because it's professional. But let's say if I selected social, usually socials sometimes a little bit more casual. Maybe, you know what? I probably should have chose casual, shouldn't I? Let's quickly do that. Go back here, go writing style, and we'll change it to casual. If we go spelling and grammar, let's see what it comes up with to fix that. Although again, it does look pretty good. And then you hit insert and then it sort of fixes it all up. That's the chat assist that's on the tablet. Next, we go into the interpreter. The way the interpreter works is if you are having a conversation with someone and they speak a different language to you, the interpreter allows you to converse with them and translate in real time. Accessing it is pretty simple. You just go down from the quick panel and slide across and it's there. You need to give it some permissions if you're using it for the first time. And what you can see here is conversation mode. So there's you over here, person you're translating to over there. So let's say I'm English Australia, which I am, and then we've got Italian. So if I start talking, that's going to then translate to them on the other side.
Quindi se comincio a parlare, questo si tradurrà in loro dall'altra parte.
Then their microphone turns on and then it will aim to translate back the other way. Obviously, they need to speak Italian for that to work. The other way this works is listening mode. Listening mode is live translate, but just one way. So where you activate the microphone and it will listen to a conversation or listen to something happening and translate it for you. You can see here as well, it also works with the Galaxy Buds too, which is cool. So again, I'll choose the languages, English, Australia, and then translate into Italian. The way I see this working is if you are going overseas and like on a tour, you can use this as part of like your tour experience where you can press the microphone and it will start listening to the person that's talking, the tour guide. And then after they're sort of done or taking a break, it will translate that in real time. Let's check it out. And it'll just keep listening. The whole idea is that it doesn't stop until you press the microphone button and stop it. Then we move into like the productivity side of Galaxy AI. Starting with Notes Assist, and I really like the idea of Notes Assist with a tablet in particular, because when you go into Samsung Notes and let's say I pick my hands-on review script for the S24 FE. It's quite a long sort of script, and if I needed to maybe summarize it and sort of send it to someone to say, hey, this is like a breakdown of what I spoke about, when I hit the Galaxy AI function in the toolbar up here, it gives me some options. I've got auto format, summarize, correct spelling, and translate. Auto format, for example, isn't necessarily a summary, but the way this works is I select the whole thing, hit generate text layout, and what it will do, and I like what Samsung have done here with the tablet in particular, how it's sort of optimized the UI to suit the format of the screen. You can see the new formatting on the right-hand side, and you can swipe and check different ones. It breaks it down by heading. So obviously I've got design changes, bezel, camera cutout, design changes, finish and build, all that sort of stuff. And I can add it or replace it or copy it and put it somewhere else. The summary one, it works pretty much exactly the same in where I hit summarize, select maximum, generate summary. And then what this will do is it will then create a summary in just really brief bullet points of what the whole document is. You can choose standard or you can make it a bit more detailed. That's up to you. The other ones that are in there are pretty stock standard, correct spelling and translate. But there's one that's been added into Samsung Notes Assist that's part of sketch to image, but while we're here, we'll talk about it. It is sketch to image inside Samsung Notes. So let's say I am drawing a house because, again, I'm very uncreative when it comes to drawing. Put this in, and then when I hit the Galaxy AI button, it has sketch to image that appears. All I need to do is circle it, select the style. So I'd like this to be a pop art, hit generate, and then watch it do its thing. There's a couple of different options that you can choose from, and then you can add it to your note, voila. Next one in here is called Transcript Assist. This is all to do with the voice recorder app. Samsung have done a really great job in creating productivity Galaxy AI features that allow you to actually get stuff done a bit more swiftly. Especially on a tablet, I think the idea of turning your speech into text is genius. So I'm just going to hit record now and start talking, because the way this app sort of works is, let's say you're in a meeting and you have lots of people sort of contributing and talking to that meeting, but there's usually only one person talking at a time. This app can actually differentiate different speakers and then actually outline them in the transcription after you're done. And I think that's really beneficial for things like meetings, because you get to actually see it broken down individually and sort of in blocks, as opposed to just one big body of text. So if we hit stop now, it's not exactly a long one, but if I go into this, you'll see the transcribe function. When I hit transcribe, what's going to happen is on device, mind you, this is not done in the cloud, it will transcribe what has been said. Now, seeing as how it's only just me talking, it hasn't broken down by speaker, and it was only a short bit of words, so it's not going to break it down in blocks. But if I hit summary, this will actually now summarize that into a couple of different bullet points. It sort of gives you a heading for it as well, and then a couple of different points outside of it, which I really appreciate. It's got some keywords there too, and you can sort of do some really good things with it. Back to the transcript part, you can actually jump to certain parts of the recording by touching on the word. And if a word has been transcribed incorrectly, you can long press and hit edit and actually type in the correct word that was said. This is going to be a real good time saver, and I think a tablet makes the perfect sense for this feature to exist. The last sort of part of the productivity side of things is the browsing assist. The browsing assist works inside Samsung Internet and Samsung Internet only, that should be said. When you go into a website, let's say, for example, I'm a big football fan, so I'm just going to go to the bbc.co.uk/football. And what I want to do is just sort of catch up on the world of football overnight. A lot of Premier League games on over the weekend. Didn't get a chance to watch them. Terrible timings here in Australia. Let's say, for example, I want to read about Arsenal and the Man City draw and an opinion piece by Phil. Articles can be quite long, and that's fine. They're getting their point across, just like videos can be quite long. But I don't have time to read it. I can go and press the AI button in the toolbar, hit summarize, and it will now summarize that whole article for me. And again, the tablet UI just makes so much sense, because it can just sort of sit here on the side and you have sort of like almost like a reading view. I really like this. And you can hit detailed, and if you want to make it more detailed, you have a bit more of a detailed account over the article itself. Meaning you can just quickly skim through that. You can drag this out to be a bit more prominent if you want. Translate it, copy it, whatever you want to do. All the information is there. You just have to decide what you want to do with it. Then we move into some of the more creative aspects of Galaxy AI. And I really like how Samsung have kind of broken it down. You've got sort of the more social aspect, productivity, and now the creativity. Photo Assist, I mean, we all know what this is by now, but if you don't, there's a couple of different aspects to it. You have the generative edit and you have Portrait Studio. Photo Assist is part of that creative suite, and I did want to demonstrate it on the tablet itself, but this is running a very early version of the Tab S10 Ultra software, and it mustn't have the server link up properly optimized yet, and it's not working. Part of, I guess, the creative aspect too is sketch to image, and you can see that that did work inside Samsung Notes, but it also works inside the Edge panel. When you drag out from the side on the Edge panel, you can see sketch to image there. Flip the tablet around, and then you draw something. Again, I don't know why house is all I ever can think to draw, and I just think it makes more sense. So draw it quickly, sketch, hit generate, and it will generate a sketch version of what I'd created. Add in any extra sort of textures or sort of things that I need, maybe details I might have missed, and it gives me a couple of different options to choose from, to which I then can either download or start drawing again and start the whole process. That is Galaxy AI on the Tab S10 Ultra. That's all the features. Now, is it exactly the same as the feature set that is on things like the Galaxy S24 Ultra? Yes, with the exception of photo ambient wallpaper and call assist and the health assist, because Samsung Health is primarily a phone app and you can sync all the data with the tablet too, but most of that sort of lives over here. Otherwise, all the main important stuff, I think, especially for a tablet, this element here is the most important, and they have it. Go check it out hands-on of the Tab S10 Ultra, where I especially dive into the display, and that being one of the most important parts of it. Didn't really talk about the S Pen, because Samsung haven't changed many S Pen functions. They're all still there. The only things that are different now is the sketched image, which we've talked about here. Hit subscribe to SamMobile TV, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks.